Welcome to our channel. This is me, Sabine, and our two dogs, Kuba and Pibi. And this guy here is Maz. We just sold our house back in Denmark, and now we're going on the journey of a lifetime, buying a piece of land in Portugal that hopefully is going to be our forever home.
Er det bedstefar? Hvor er bedstefar hen?
Se der. Hvem er det?
Er det bedstefar?
Oj.
Hvem var det? Hvad, Kuba?
Jeg er med over tysk.
Jeres plan om at komme hjem første gang, det er...
Få knækket din nede på plads her.
Hello guys, welcome to our land. It's been a journey the last 9 months where we've been looking for land, and as you know, we already made one bid. You've been with us all the way looking at all of the plots, but now we are officially landowners in Portugal.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Woo! And we're very, very happy, as you can see. And we're gonna take you on a tour of the land, so you can follow us throughout the whole journey, and it's gonna be easier for you guys to understand the plans and how we're gonna build it up. And then it will be so exciting to see step by step how far we've come. Right now, we're gonna show you a picture of the land as it is, and we're gonna divide it up into 4 areas so it's easier for you guys to get an overview of our plans. And yeah, come along, let's show you. So right now we're standing on part 1, as we're gonna call it, as you can see on the picture we just showed you. This is part 1. And to explain a little bit about what we're gonna do about the different parts, we're gonna try and show you as much as possible. And be aware right now it's like 7-8 o'clock in the morning and the sun is up and it's like 33 degrees. So yeah, it's gonna be a hot one today as well. This is part number 1. And this is where we're gonna do the campsite. So up here, along the trees, we are gonna have all the campers setting up there. And it goes all the way to a fence that goes through it. So campers up here, and then in the middle, you can't see it this good right now, but normally this part in the middle, there's a wide part in the middle that's always a bit more fertile than the rest of the land, and that's because there's a water line going through the land, and it goes right through here, and that's where we thought we would do a natural pool. And everything up here is gonna be filled with fruit trees, avocados, oranges, lime, citrus, whatever you can dream of. That is what we want to have up here. Except for olive trees, because we have loads of olive trees on plot number 3, which we're gonna show you in a little while. But this is the campsite, natural pool, and a lot of fruit trees. So let's go to part number 2. hello again. Here we are on plot number 2. As you can see, there's fence on this side. This part is gonna be vegetable garden up here, and then again with the fruit trees over here. And we want to plant big trees all around the property to kind of have a natural fence around it. Up here we have a lot of trees, like eucalyptus and mimosas, and some will have to go, but we're going to keep as many as possible. But the road up here is where the camper is going to drive in, so we have to clear some of it. And then we have a lot of bushes everywhere, these kind of bushes, and we have no idea if we cut them down, if they're gonna come again, or, I mean, when you touch them, they're like really sticky, like harpics, and yeah, they need to go. So, fruit trees down there, vegetable garden everywhere here, and we're gonna clear out a road all the way around the property. There has been a road, but we're gonna have to clear it because it's been a long time since it's been used. So yeah, let's go to part number 3. So here we are on plot number 3, which is actually one of the nicest plots on the land because it has so much to offer. Like all the way around this plot, there's a stone wall made by hands. It must have taken hours, days, years to build, but it's so beautiful. And that is, instead of fence, there's the stone wall kind of fences in everything on plot number 3. And up here is where we would love to put the caravan to get a really nice calm atmosphere, nice view, direct access down to the well that we're going to show you in a little while. But over here we have loads of olive trees, maybe some fruit trees as well. We have no idea what hides in there because all of the bushes with the harpics is filled up in there, so it's almost impossible to get in there. And also there is a lot of beehives. They put up the bee boxes where they make honey, and they're placed in there as well. And last time, you might remember when we went to visit the land, Max got stung, and he always gets stung by the bees, and he swallows up like completely, so we have to buy this bee suit and remove them. So yes, up here we would love to have our caravan, vegetable garden and chickens down here by that well. So that's plot number 3, and we're gonna take you all the way down to the well where we go to plot number 4. Okay, so here is the well, and it needs to be cleaned up. There's some frogs and some roots, and kind of look like there's like a cave passage down there as well. And I think according to the Portuguese law there has to be like a lid over as well. But we've gotten ourselves some really good Portuguese friends here in Castro Verde, And one of them, Andre, has promised us that he knows a few that might be able to clear the land and clean the well. So they're gonna come tomorrow or Tuesday and take a look at it and help us out. If they can't do it, tell us whether or not they can do it, what the cost is gonna be and stuff like this, because money is an issue at the moment, because we've been staying here for 9 months before finding a plot of land, so we need to really think about the money at the moment. So hopefully they can clean the well or help us out on how to do it and help us clear the land, because as you know, Mass tried, or as you'll see, Mass tried to clean or clear a bit of the path up there so we could come in with the cars and the caravan. And yeah, so the equipment we bought burned down and couldn't handle it. And yeah. Whew. Yes, a lot of things to think about, but we're very, very excited and we're ready to work and we've got a good attitude, so we'll get there someday. We're right now standing here looking at this and looking at these big seeing that some of the olive trees actually do have olives and they're not too broken down. Just, it makes my day. I'm so happy right now, because I was so scared that they're too old or too broken or ruined. But they work. We just have to cut them down and take care of them. Okay, so as we were talking about earlier on plot number 1, there was like a water line going through the land, and we wanted to do the natural pool. That water line actually runs through here like a little spring, and that's why you can see the green plants going alongside of it, which is really, really nice. Up here you can see a bit more that there's loads of olive trees and other fruit trees which we have no idea what is, but as soon as we've gotten the land cleared, we will take you on a journey inside, and hopefully some of you out there that's a lot smarter, know a lot more than us, can help us figure out what's hiding in there besides the bees. And over there you can see the end of the stone wall. Let's go to plot number 4. So we're going on to plot number 4, but before we go, I just wanted to share with you that literally every single olive tree we see from here has olives on top. So actually we can harvest olives this year. We have no idea how to do it, but we'll figure it out. But a harvest within a few months from now, I'm so excited!
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
Whew. It's getting hotter and hotter right now, but we're also at plot number 4. And plot number 4 is where we want to build our house at the end, which is probably going to be the last thing we do, because we need the campsite up and running before we will have enough money to do the house, which will probably take us years, but that's the dream. To have a house built right here, eco-friendly, with used containers, and this view, maybe a little pool. And as you can see over here, that's where the stone wall goes. There's a bee box there, but there's actually 10, 20 bee boxes inside between all the fruit trees. And we want to build our house here. We already started temporarily because that's the only way we could get in. But before we go up and show you, just be warned. It's very messy. Mass had to drive out here and put everything on the ground to come back, pick up another load and put it on the ground before we were actually able to drive with the caravan. And the reason why we have so much stuff up here is because when we bought the caravan, it had tents with it. And of course we forgot to take pictures of the tent before we took it down. So right now we have a lot of metal pipes. We have no way of knowing how to put it all together. And it's 3 different tents, 3 different pipes. So we're gonna have to do some tricks to fit it all together and see how that works out. It's a lot of mess. We got a lot of stuff. We got some dressers and stuff like that from the people who had the caravan, a little fridge and a lot of things, a broken parasol, and so it's really, really messy. And also at the 30th of June, the taxes on the solar panel went up after that. So we had to buy our solar panel system before the 30th of June. And at that point, we didn't know whether or not we're going to get the land anyway. But we had to do it because it was a lot of money to save. So we've been driving around with a huge solar system kit with 10 big solar. And yeah, you'll see when we get up there. And because we've been here for 2 days now and the dogs are overheating, it's 40 degrees plus, and we couldn't put the solar system on before we got here. It's very messy. The solar panels are on the ground and we didn't get the correct metal. We only got the frame to put up on a roof, and we're not putting it up on a roof, so we're gonna have to build a frame for the solar panels, but we needed to get it working. And we should have filmed it, but we forgot in the heat of the moment. But it's working now. And in that sense, we really, really have to say a thanks to Rune back home in Denmark, which is Mads's cousin, because without him, we never, ever would have been able to put this solar system together. The batteries alone was 60 kilos a piece, and the way it was supposed to go together, as you know, we know nothing, but luckily for us, Rune back home does, and he guided us through everything. And now we have a solar system that works, which we're very thankful for. And the dogs already ran up to go in. So let's let them in and show you our mess. Okay guys, the sun is really heating up. It's 9 o'clock I think, and I think it's like 35 degrees. But we're gonna get through this. So I warned you already, it's gonna be a mess. We can start here actually, because this is my improv Starlink setup. So it doesn't get too heated, but still have clear sun, and internet is really, really important for us because we know nothing and we're depending on YouTube to help us. And I also told you we had to buy the solar panel like a month ago, and we tried to set up the ramp for it, but I tried everything. There is 8 metal sticks on this side and 8 big ones, but we have 10 solar panels. So there is no way that that can turn into a ramp with all 10. We tried, but the math just doesn't add up. So what I think is that we got the metal sticks to fit a roof, but not a stand, which means that all of them are laying on the ground right now, which is not really a good thing because of There can be animals and rocks and the wind, and it looks a mess. But we needed the air condition, not so much for us, but for the dogs, because or else they wouldn't be able to survive. And these two panels go into our Flueti system. As you saw, we bought that last year when we were living in the outer camper. And Flueti, we love you. It's a very, very nice system, and it's easy to use. It's not sponsored, by the way. We paid for it. It was a Christmas present we bought for ourselves. But it's really been a lifesaver throughout the last 9 months. This is also a pile of mess. Our suitcases we had from the beginning. And then all of this is stuff that we got from the people where we bought the caravan. And we fixed up the caravan, so we've taken out a lot of stuff also. And yeah, things we think we might be able to use. But remember, like 6 months ago, we thought we were going to get the other plot of land. So we bought everything and then we didn't get the land. So we've had the caravan and the van and the outer camper for 3-4 months now. And they've been filled up with all of these things. And the last month, also the solar panels. This pile is our tents. And then there's 3 piles. 4, 5, 6 piles of structures for the tents, which we have no idea how to put together. It's gonna be a mess. And we can't really start with it now because we don't want the caravan set up here. We want it down as we showed you on plot number 3. But this was the only way we can get into the land. So this was the only path that we could actually go through. And we had to empty everything to actually get in here. And Mass is also getting stung and...
Oh, it's the wildlife.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of mess. I think as soon as we get the land cleared and we're able to get over to where the caravan is gonna, our setup is gonna be, we're gonna have to lay them all out and try and put it together before we actually set it up. And hopefully we can remember some of it. I don't know, but yeah. Remember, we're newbies. We know absolutely nothing and we learn by our mistakes. So for everybody out there who's planning on buying a used tent or caravan or something like that, remember to take pictures before you take it down. Because if you don't do that, you will have no idea how to put it together. And this is the path, the road into the land. So we'll show you on the map also, or on the picture, but this is where you go in, and this is the path that Mass tried to clear out where the machinery broke down. But you can actually see that there has been a path here. You can see that on the pictures as well, but you can sense it. We would have to clear some of the trees, as little as possible, but maybe we can use them for the solar system. Yeah.
Hey guys, so right now we're about to clear out some of the bushes that grow here. I don't know what kind of bush this is, but it is so thick and it's like hardpicks. When you touch it, it's sticky. And yeah, I hope the machine that we bought is gonna be able to do this. So the machine that we bought is an iTools with 52cc. And it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive either. So we took one of the cheapest ones we could find because, yeah, we don't have crazy amount of money to play with these kind of things. So I put this on because it's not grass we're gonna cut now. It's like small, like pretty big bushes. So let's see what it can do. Little bubble here that I'm pressing. Just gonna press that a few times. This looked weird. Okay, here we go. Come on. Okay, that didn't help. Choker is up. Let's fucking do this. It's really, really hot. This one right now. The machine is getting too hot and it's shut off. I think it's I think they're too thick, these bushes. So this is what we have been able to cut now. And there is where you go in, and then we drive over there to our house. But this way is gonna be for the campsite. So that's why I'm clearing it all. But the machine is getting too hot, and I think it's too tough on the machine, cutting through all of these bushes. So if you have any advice, maybe I'm not using it properly, I don't know. But yeah, it's made for gardening, so it should be able to do some stuff. If I just turn it around here, you can also see what I've done here. If I've done it wrong, please comment below. We don't know anything, guys.
Hi guys. We're still figuring this filming thing out, when to say something, and right now it's one of the first times where we're like filming together, and it's like, who goes first?
You go first, because you're the best at speaking.
Yeah, I can talk for hours when I'm passionate about something, and I'm really passionate about this place.
So am I.
So right now we just found a spot where there's a little bit of a shade, and we put the umbrella up, even though it's broken. Maybe we can fix it. But we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the project that we're starting, because we feel like the journey is starting now, for real. We've been waiting over a year to start it.
It's crazy that it's starting now.
Yeah.
It's like surreal experience.
Yeah. We've been waiting so long for this to happen, and we worked really hard on it, and we spent 9-10 months in an outer camper. And when we lived in Denmark, we had loads of room and space in our old house. So from going from that until 10 square meters for 10 months,
It's been an experience.
we survived it. Many people doubted it. because back home we had a lot of space and not so many flies, and we had our jobs also. So this, from one day to another, to just go and spend 10 months in 10 square meters when you're used to something completely different and just being with each other 24 hours a day.
Yeah, we kind of split up. So what we kind of did to survive was that Sabine, she had the bed to be in
With the dogs.
with the dogs, and I had the little sofa where I could have my little computer, and yeah,
Yeah.
it hurt a little bit on the butt sitting there so such a long time. I was a bit jealous of Sabine laying in the bed, but you know, you need sometimes to be able to close a door, and that was our way of doing it, huh?
Yeah. And actually, us getting the land right now is really lucky because talking about closing the door, the at our bathroom door
Oh,
in
yeah.
the outer
Oh my
camper, we have to push in this button to close the door, and it broke. So actually, the last 2 weeks we haven't been able to close the door when we've gone to the toilet.
Yeah, you really get to know each other in this little one.
Yeah.
You really do. And also the car is just, everything is just breaking. I mean, we bought it and everything was functioning, and then as soon as we drove it from the place, everything just started
Yeah.
falling apart. I mean,
We fixed a lot of the things.
yeah.
And we will fix the other things because the plan is to sell it. But right now we don't have running water, and we don't have a toilet, a sink, or anything. So we kind of really need it right now until we find some solutions for that. But we thought we would sit down and talk to you guys of what's the plan. Where are we gonna go from here? And how are we gonna structure this YouTube channel? We've watched everybody else off-grid in Portugal. We're not used to filming in this way and documenting our lives, but it has been really, really helpful. And we're so lucky and so blessed that so many of you are following us from the beginning, even though it was just us looking at land which all look the same but have different features. And yeah, you've been following us and you've been helping out, and that's the whole plan of this YouTube channel. This is why we started it. We could never, I think without YouTube, we would have never decided to do this.
I don't think so, because without YouTube, we haven't been able to get the experience from others. And also, one of the reasons why we chose Portugal was because that we saw that the people here were very good people and helpsome, and yeah.
And also again, that we're not really handyman or handy woman, so we don't know a lot about, we've never built anything besides a fence before.
But we always wanted to.
We always wanted to, and we always love to watch the off-grid videos and channels on YouTube. And we were sitting back home and just wishing that it was us. And then instead of wishing, it started to be more and more conversations about let's do it. Because everybody's like, we've never done anything like this before, and they did it anyway.
Yeah, but also a lot of the things we watch are from people that are building stuff that's like, you must know what you're doing.
It looks like you're knowing what you're doing.
Exactly.
I feel we watched a lot of videos where everybody's saying we don't know anything, and then you see them building a house and doing the plans or doing a shed, and it just looks perfect afterwards. And I'm going like, I mean, you've just seen Mass trying to cut some of just 10 minutes just trying to get the machine to be correct, and we're still not sure it's correct. So I mean, it's a really, really hard way of doing it and hard way of learning, but
We can do it.
We can do it if you guys help us, and by the help of YouTube videos and DIYs and all of this. The most important thing is that you believe in the journey and the end result, and you're willing to work hard.
Yeah.
And that we can. So that's why we started the YouTube channel. We're very close to the road right now. But actually we forgot to say that in the videos. It doesn't, normally when we've looked at lands, it's been really off-road, like so far away from an asphalt road that you wouldn't be able to hear the road at all, or any cars or anything. Here, there's maybe one car driving past every hour, and it's a single lane road, which means that you can't really drive fast, and there's not anybody, you can't pass unless you drive into the side. So the last
shit.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh my god.
It's gone, babe. So, you know, the last plot of land that we made a bid on, it would have cost us just as much to build the road to the land than it did for the price of the actual land. It would have been the same price, and it would have been double up. So the last part, plot of land we would have given 50,000 for, but it would have cost us around 35,000 euros to actually make the road so we can drive on it.
Also, the good thing about this is that it's an easy access for us to get in, so that there is a road and it's functioning. We're very happy about that. We're lucky that there are not that many cars driving around here. So in that way...
And they don't drive fast either. So it's very slow. And actually, that's also, as Matt said earlier, one of the reasons why we chose Portugal is because of the people here. They're so friendly and open and happy to have new people here. So mostly all of the time that people go by, like 90% of the time, everybody honks and say, hey!
We love that.
Yeah.
It's
It
awesome.
really makes us feel welcome and wanted, which is really, really nice. Yeah.
We do have one episode.
Yes.
Guys, it's not all drama free. You know, everybody's been nice, and
Literally everybody.
everybody. We had one episode of an old man. He was actually, he looked like a normal, nice, maybe 80, 85 years old. He went around with the stock, and he lives right over there.
No, he doesn't live there. It's just his land.
Oh yeah, his land.
His sheep and horses and stuff
Yeah, so when we came here in the start, we saw a lot of sheep on the land.
on our land.
Yeah, on our land. And when we came, they ran over to the neighbor, so we know it's his over there. And one morning, I woke up, I came outside, and I saw him up there opening the gate that we closed so the sheep couldn't get in. And he seemed kind of angry, so I of course went up and charmed myself in and said, hi, my name is Mas, I'm your new neighbor. But he doesn't really understand English, and my Portuguese is very poor. So he couldn't read the translator, and he couldn't hear it either. So it was just guessing what each other were saying. And he was talking about something about his sheep. So I let him through, and he went down to the well, and he started pouring water up in these buckets. And we were talking a little bit about it, like maybe it's because his sheep gets water from over here. And well, he walked back up and he started saying, for this, and we actually know what that means. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, can I?
F-U.
F-U-C-K. Oh, maybe, okay. Well, anyway, I could feel he was a bit aggressive, so Yeah, I told him no photos, no photos. Like everything's gonna be all right. And he went over to our, how do you call it, gate where we open for the car to get into the land. And he wants it to be closed, but we want it to be open because we don't want to open and close it all the time. And he got very aggressive over for Sabine because she.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
tell it.
because it was two men up there and he was really aggressive and he just kept on saying F you to Mass and yelling and walking past him, and I thought, okay, maybe a soft woman approach would be better. So when he went to our gate where we drive in, we kept it open because we go in and out a lot right now and we have nothing that can run out. Our dogs won't run out. So he started closing it and Mass had to leave in a little while to go get some stuff. So I was like, I put my hand on the fence that he was trying to close softly and said, no, stop, we're going out and please stop. And he just pulled it into me and started going like really aggressive, hitting it into me. And I went stop and trying to do the Google Translate saying, hey, we bought the land, we paid for it, we have the deed, we would like this to stay open please. And he wouldn't, and Mass came over because he was like getting physically aggressive.
I could see he was going the wrong way.
And yeah, he just kept on yelling and all of these things. And then we just stopped, we just turned around and thought, okay, we'll talk to one of our friends and ask what we should do. But the thing is that he went away, he must have come back and closed it afterwards.
Yeah.
It was our first day here. We got up in the morning and the first thing we hear is like F you and blah 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 and a man running around our land.
He's old, he's like 85 or something. It was so weird, and he's like this tall.
Yeah.
So what Sabine said to me was, we have to build, because he kept on opening his fence up there for his sheep. So we didn't want to, if it's his fence, we didn't want to close his fence. Fair enough if he wants that to be open. So what Sabine was so smart to say was, we're going to build our own fence around it. And since then, there has been no problems. We've been a bit afraid about if the sheep only can get water from down the well, so we've actually laid a bucket of water up by the fence if they come, and it would have been different if the man had another attitude. If we could have figured something out together, we would have, but he was so aggressive, and when he did that to Sabine, we were like, no, this is not gonna be something.
We've been so lucky we haven't had one single episode in Portugal. We've been here for 10 months. We've never had anybody be aggressive or unpolite or anything. And of course, the first morning we wake up on our new land, really happy. That's the first thing we meet. But I mean, we would have done anything to help. I mean, if he would have listened, we would have found a solution. We could have fixed the problem. I mean, it wouldn't have taken anything from us to, like, if he could open the fence further down and they could go straight over there. But the thing is, we have two small dogs and they're not used to bigger animals, and they're scared of the sheep, and the sheep are very protective of their lamb. So we're afraid that something's going to happen to the dogs. So we can't really have them running around. And also we have like solar panels laying on the land straight there through the passage that they're walking. I mean, if he would have said, hey, is it possible for my sheep to come get some water until I find another solution or something like that, we would have said, of course, let's make a fence down there so they can go straight through. But he wouldn't even talk to us. He just walked in
Yeah.
as if he owned the land and went down to the water and keep opening and closing the gates.
And that's the weird thing, guys. Who does that? Who walks into somebody else's land, cursing, and just using it as his own, and we're not allowed to have anything to say? We shouldn't talk to him. We should just let him walk through our land as much as he wants. You know, we need to know the man. We need to know what his intentions are. You can't just come in aggressive into your land, you know. But anyway, we would love to have a good relationship with him. We hope that one of our friends can help with translating, so that we can clear the water.
And we do know, I mean, us not learning Portuguese yet is bad. We have started taking Portuguese lessons, and we will continue to do that. We really do want to learn Portuguese.
Yes.
So that is one of our first things to do. But it's going to take time, and while we're learning, we've been successful of using Google Translate, where you can talk into, and Duolingo and stuff like that. And this is, honest to God, it's the first time we've ever had this kind of problem in Portugal. And we talked to our friend Andre, and he said, well, this is the old way. The land hasn't been used for years, so he's used to having used this land for so many years, and then new people come in and he can't do it. And I mean, we would have loved to help, and we would still help if he would want our help, for him to use it until we need it at some stage. But yeah.
Also, something I learned was the bathtub for a midget and the bath for 2 feet were actually for sheep. So live, you learn, you know.
Most of us already know that. But anyway, that was one bad experience in 10 months. I mean, we're lucky.
We're very lucky. Yeah.
We just also wanted to share that it's so not everything is just happy and going smoothly, and there is some culture differences and stuff like that. But yeah, so we share everything and not just wrap everything in a nice little package.
That's the same with when we're building stuff. You know, if something goes wrong, we're gonna show it, and we want people to know that we don't know that much about anything. So if you guys have any input or anything, please just comment. We would love to get to learn how to do, you know. So, and
that's why we've decided the way that we watched, as we said, a lot of other YouTube channels on how they do it, and for us, the way to get best out of it, I think the YouTube channel is we watched a lot of people when they do the videos, they show what they've done, and then sometimes they get like a lot of comments and good advice and stuff like this, but then that would only come up after they actually done it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to like make a different approach.
Yeah.
So we tell you this is what we're gonna be working on this week or the next week. We're gonna try and put a video up every Sunday, and then say, okay, these 3 things are what we're gonna be doing next week. So you actually have a chance to give good advice and tell us what maybe you did or what you would do before we actually completely submit to the project.
Yeah, also so we can use what you guys are saying, because otherwise you're just giving us advice that we can't really use because we're already done. And then
we already fucked up big time, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. So
we're trying not to make too many mistakes.
Yeah.
So Mas did the cutting. It's a good example. I'm sorry to put you under the bus like that.
Yeah, we heard about it sometimes now.
Yeah. So Mas did the cutting over there, and maybe if we ask you guys what kind of equipment to buy first, or shown you the bushes, you might have given us advice about that, or told us that maybe we should fix it before we start the motor,
And also if
not
it's,
while it's running.
yeah, and also yeah, and also if it's too hot to use this kind of machine right now, because the motor, it heats so much up, it's burning.
Yeah, but I told you also we know that things that can spark, like give a spark and stuff like that, machinery, you're not allowed to use during the heavy sun hours. So we have to get up really early in the morning or doing it at nighttime.
Yeah.
So because of the fire hazards.
And if you know something else, comment below.
Yeah.
Because that's just what we read, so that's of course what we're gonna follow. But if you know better,
Which
please
you
tell
probably
us.
do.
Yeah, please tell us.
Okay, so for this week or the coming week, tomorrow Andre's gonna come with some people he knows tomorrow morning, hopefully, and they're gonna have a look at the well to see if that can be fixed and give a price over range of how much it would cost. We would need a filter, we would need to check the water to see if it's actually drinkable and all of these things. So hopefully tomorrow morning they will come and take a look at that. And then one of the other things that's really important for us is to get the land cleared, because right now we can't really start any projects because we're not placed where we want to be placed. So for us to start gathering the tent or stuff like that would be a waste of energy, since we're not where we
want to
supposed.
be.
Yeah, exactly. So we want it to have the caravan over at plot number 3, and we need to be able to get it there. Big issue is also we carried the really heavy batteries and everything in there and hooked up the solar panels for it, so maybe we have to have the batteries out. And
I hope not, because it's 60 kilos per battery.
yeah,
Guys, it was so tough to get in there. We put it under the bed to make a system, and we're scared that it weighs too much, for the floor will collapse, or when it bounces. And also if it is that we're going to keep them in there when we're transporting it, we need to get them to be stuck so that they don't move anywhere.
yeah, I think unfortunately we can't afford for them to break.
No.
So I think we're gonna have to carry them out again and put them back in. But we needed it. We couldn't have done it any other way.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's like 3 degrees right now, and the dogs are inside. So yeah, we had no choice. So again, tomorrow they will come and look at the well, and then we'll see how much it will cost to get the land cleared. And then we have some challenges, because as you know, we have the bushes with the harpix, and of course you're not allowed to burn anything garden waste at this stage in Portugal because of the fire hazard. It would be silly. So you can only do that in the winter time. But what are we going to do with it? Because if we just take it up and leave it, then it's just going to come again, and then it's a waste of money. Or we should maybe have like this shredder.
Yeah.
But then is it going to come back also? I mean, we don't know this, so we need to have a plan what to do with the bushes after they've been pulled up.
Yeah.
But first of all, we need to know what the prices are going to be to clear the land, because we need to figure out how much we have in the budget for it.
Also, if you know what kind of bush this is, now we've been speaking a lot about it. If you know what kind of bush this is, please comment below.
Yeah, we can find out on the internet also, but
I've
I
been
mean,
searching,
there's
I
so
can't find-
many things we have to search and find out on the internet, and if somebody's quick and know it, then that would help. So yeah, we need to have the land cleared. They're coming tomorrow to give a price on that. And then we need to figure out how we're gonna do with the toilet situation, because we have no need for the outer camper as soon as we have like running water and a toilet. So we don't know if we're gonna do like an outdoor toilet or like a little toilet,
Shed, like a little shed.
yeah, but a compost toilet, or we should just keep, you know, when we've had the outer camper, we have this off-grid toilet, and we can take it out, and then we can drive to coordinate a place to empty it out. If we're gonna keep doing that, or we should do a compost. But I mean, with everything, when you start something, you need to have a plan with it, and you need to know what you're doing. So what would you guys recommend? A compost toilet, or start with this where we just drive it out?
Or would you just dig a hole somewhere?
No.
Which seems kind of weird.
No.
Well, I've heard from other campers around that a lot of people do that, where they just dig a hole, and that's the way.
Yeah, I believe in we should use everything, and compost toilets are really, really good, and it makes good earth for gardening and all of this. So I mean, we want to be as eco-friendly as possible, and digging holes everywhere, it sounds like,
Yeah, it sounds weird.
yeah.
But I have my imaginary has a difficult time seeing you putting the waste in this like compost place. Wouldn't it smell? How long will it take for it to become earth? More the smelling part.
So we haven't talked about this. I've been searching on it on YouTube, and you've been having your questions, and this is a thing we haven't really actually discussed this much.
Yeah.
But I've seen like a lot of other people doing it, and maybe if you just don't have, if we had a compost over here, it wouldn't smell the same. And we have harpics, and you put wood over it, and you remember to like put water on it and keep on turning it, and it would take maybe, with this heat it's probably different, but I think maybe 6 months to a year you would have really, really good dirt.
Okay.
And so for us that's really important, because next year we're gonna start planting.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to figure out the toilet situation. We have to figure out what to do with these harpic bushes, and we have to find out how to make our own ramp for the solar panels. We have 10 big ones, and the measurements are 175 centimeters long and 110 wide. It's just so if somebody out there has the same system and had to make the ramp themselves, they could advise us. We know we already have to move or cut down a few of the mimosas to make the road. So maybe we could actually cut them down and use them to build a ramp. But then we would need a saw to like even
Make it flat. Like
yeah,
a
the
flat. Yes.
make the
surface.
wood flat. See, we have no idea. There's probably like loads of terms on how to pronounce this and say these things. And also, I mean, English is our second language, so we're trying our best. I'm worried when we do the vegetable, I have to Google everything to know how to say it in English.
Oh yeah.
Because that's words we've never used before.
Yeah. Like tomato.
Tomato.
Tomato. Another thing that we probably will need at some point is a drone, because we would love to show you guys pictures of above. Also, it will be good to show before and after pictures.
But the thing is, this is a man talking about technology and gadgets,
Which he knows nothing about.
I admit, I know nothing. But when he says we need it, that's where I kind of say, no, It's nice to have. We don't need it, but it's nice to have.
The viewers need it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to have. It's not need to have.
Yeah.
So it would have been easier to show you guys, and it would be easier to film, and probably a lot of gonna comment on our filming and our takes and all of this, but we're learning, and we can only learn by your comments. So yeah, if anybody lives near Santa Clara or Almodovar, Castro Verde, and have a drone and want to come by, we will pour you a glass of wine or make you a cup of coffee, and maybe
Make some fish and chips,
why?
because we can't really make that much kind of food. But fish and chips would be easy.
Yeah, okay, fish and chips we can use. Yeah, we're gonna make an outdoor kitchen too, but that's later. We right now need to clear the land. We need to have the well cleaned so we have water here, and we need to set up the campsite and the solar panels. That's for next week. We will, or Mass is the one editing and all of this. He will make like a to-do list. So if anybody have like ideas or good advice on how to approach any of these projects, please let us know. Yeah, that's really it. We've been talking for a long time.
Yeah, thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you for watching, and hopefully you will help us out.
Oh yeah, and about the cabin.
The what?
About the cabin. We're gonna film the cabin.
Oh, the cabin. It's a caravan.
Caravan.
He calls it a camper, a cabin, anything else than a caravan. The caravan, Mass has been working really, really hard on. That's one skill that we actually do have. Not we. He has. I was allowed to put the primer on, and anything else it didn't really. I wasn't allowed to touch because Mass is a painter. So he's done incredible work. It's so pretty in there now, but like everything else, we forgot to film it after it was done and before we put everything else in there. So yeah, at the end you can enjoy a little video of Mass fixing up the caravan, and if you're lucky he will have time to show you the end result.
Yeah, it'll come at the end of the video.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Alright, so here's the to-do list for next week. First of all, we gotta clear the land so the caravan can get its forever spot. And we also gotta find somebody to clean the well so we can have some water. We gotta find a more permanent solution for the shower and the toilet so we can sell the auto camper. And last of all, we gotta make a frame for the solar panels. If any of you have any suggestions, ideas, or advice to give us before we face this week's to-do list, please let us know. All help is much appreciated. It's about 43 degrees right now, and it's burning up. So is it inside the camper, but I don't care because we want to get started. So I'm gonna start taking everything apart, and we're gonna make a new camper with a big bed, and I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like. As you see, there's so much shit in here right now. So I just gotta clean it a little bit up and then start taking everything apart. It's like a sauna in here, I'm serious. All right, so we are starting painting because we moved around on the closet and the bed and put it here. So now we have one big bed. See that? And then we made a little shelf over here. So now there's room. And she started painting, I can see.
Yeah. You might want to tell people that everything that we've used so far is like reused, recycled materials of what we already had. So it might look crooked in the ends, there's little holes and stuff, but it's because we're gonna recycle and make it livable for the moment, and then maybe change the furniture later on. But right now we've made the furniture out of what we already had. So don't kill us if it's not symmetric and all of this.
And I don't know if you all can see it, but there's flies flying around everywhere. So this is gonna be fun.
40 degrees, 1,000 flies, and everything being crooked and asymmetric. It's gonna be so much fun.
The sun is rising and a new day is born on a once-in-a-lifetime dawn. The sun is rising, and for one perfect morning, every wall that ever stood is gone. The adventure waits, there is nothing in your way, and the world stands ready to be won. No winner hesitates, it's a bright promising day. So with
Look at that, huh?
Okay, and we might just say one thing. Mads is a painter by profession at home. So the fact that he did 90% or 95% and I did 5% and him correcting me all the time, I'm okay with that
Kind of.
this time. But just so people don't think I'm really crap and lazy and slow and nope, I'm not. Mass is just really, really quick.
Yeah, and look, she painted me all over my face and body.
You got this.
Yeah.
Took the keys to your Mercedes and went for a drive. Never dance again was playing, I'm going 85. I taste the liquor on my breath now, I'm out of my mind. But you're the one who's burning bridges, so let's go for a dive. Got the gasoline, gonna make a scene. Standing on the edge of a cliff, I bet no one ever sees. You're dipping out on me, I got the receipts.
Done.
I was hanging on the edge of the words you said, but I found your secret. Liar, liar, car on fire. You tried to hide her. Now it's your turn for you to burn. Look what you made me. Look what you made me. Look what you made me.
Hello. What's it doing, isn't it?
It's supposed to be beige.
Okay. It looks yellow.
It's supposed to look kind of beige. See? This color.
Maybe when it dries.
Maybe when it dries. You're already like, oh, I don't like it? Seriously?
Are we gonna get the cracks?
Yeah.
Am I being annoying?
Yes. You are. Mostly because of the color.
It looks a little bit yellow.
Let's just let it dry then, because I don't.
No. Is it gonna get that color?
It's gonna be like this.
trust you on this one.
Let's get back to work.
Yeah, right. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Taking back my power, baby. Shaking off all my frustration. I ain't really been feeling myself, but lately I've been taking time to reset. I'm molding my reality. Nobody can make me feel the way I do. Nobody can make me feel the way I do. I'm powerful, I'm standing tall. I'm powerful, I am. I'm powerful, I'm standing tall. I'm powerful, I am. You ain't never seen a shit like me, shut it down. The first like a man come to claim my crown.
So we want to close the gap between the table and the wall, but also we want to be able to put things down there. Yeah, so that we can create more space, and that's what it's all about when you have this small tiny home, is creating space. So yeah, I'm gonna try build something, and we'll see if it works. There's a screw right where I'm doing it. So I was a little bit off, 1.5 centimeters in the width, so I will have to cut another time. One more time I have to go through what I went through. I don't understand how people in the old days cut wood like this. It's so much easier with a machine. As promised, here we go. And remember guys, we're gonna get a new floor, so all of this, there was no point in putting plastic over it because we're gonna get a new floor anyway. But this is how it looks. We got our fridge that we painted green. We got our table that we also painted green, and then we need to paint this green as well. And this was the one where I covered the gap between the wall and the table. We got a little shelf here for all our things. Remember, space is crucial. And over here we got the big bed. I don't know if you can see it correctly. We got the big bed here. And Sabina was so cool to do these coconut kind of lamps. We just love them. Like that. And there's the shelf. You can see, totally closed off. We're very happy with this, guys. And the door as well. We painted it green. So yeah, we got a Bluetti system here. We got our air condition, runs through the window. And here we got the solar system box. It's not supposed to be there, but that was what we had. The wires weren't long enough, so we had to put it there for now, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna put it somewhere else, maybe outside. Yeah, and here is Sabina's little project, which went okay, but it's not working. So, but it looks good. It's just it's peeling off. So we kept the other ones white. But I think it was a good idea. Yeah, but it didn't work out. So, but everything else did. I'll show you a last picture of it. And here we painted the inside of these as well, green, to give it a match. And yeah, we really enjoy it. We're not totally finished yet because suddenly we're in a rush, but we're very happy about it, guys.